Salute, salute, salute. What's happening, man? This is Nocturnal Thoughts, real quick video, then I'm gonna get out the way. I wanted to talk about some of the things that I'm thinking about as far as strategy when it comes to Devin the Dream Haney versus Regis the Rougarou Progress. Devin Haney, to me, his three main weapons. His first weapon, his most dangerous weapon in this fight is going to be his legs, his footwork, you know what I'm saying, his legs. Being able to be on the back foot, move lateral, use ring generalship with his legs. His second main weapon is going to be his jab. You know what I'm saying, when you get to mid-range, long range, mid-range, his jab is going to be his second biggest weapon. Using it in a variety of ways, creating distance, creating timing, creating rhythm, getting his range, setting up punches with his jab, keeping Regis out of position, out of, you know what I'm saying, getting lead hand control, keeping him off balance, keeping his timing off, etc., etc. His third weapon is going to be the clinch. His Devin Haney, if he has a weak point, it'll be interior range, in the pocket, in the phone booth. He only has a couple of weapons that aren't just super effective. Like, I don't see Devin Haney just really being able to cause a lot of damage. He can do some busy work, but he got a couple of weapons in the inside, but that's just his weakest, is his inside game. And I think one of his biggest tools, one of his biggest weapons that he can deploy when it comes to the inside game is his clinch. He's going to have to be able to stay away from Regis with his legs. You know what I'm saying? Be on the move, be elusive, in and out, and then just pop shotting with the jab, causing frustration, causing confusion, causing distraction, breaking up rhythm, setting up his own pace, using ring generalship. And then when it gets too close, when it gets a little bit too hot in the kitchen, he's gonna have to clinch. And the most dangerous points for Devin Haney is probably going to be breaking the clinch. Like, if he's clinching up and the referee doesn't come and just break, and they you know what I'm saying, can create a little bit of space, sometimes that's when Devin Haney is in bad positions. His arms can be down, his defense can be down. He can get caught, you know what I'm saying, on his retreat, backing straight up or backing up with his hands down. You know what I'm saying? Regis Progress he throws some fast balls. He got some fast hands, he heavy-handed, and he throws some awkward punches. He don't set up conventional punches, just jab, 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 then come down with a, you know what I'm saying, 1-2. Like, he kind of shoots off the hip with hooks, and they kind of awkward, kind of not as awkward as a Marcos Maidana, but similar, where his punches can come from then he's a southpaw too, so his punches can look like they gonna be, you know, going to the body, but they can be going to the chin. Or he can throw a punch from here and wing a punch, and you don't know necessarily where he's landing, and he can hit you like on your hip bone. And that's what he's kind of counting on, is to land, because he's not a knockout artist. You don't have one punch knockout power, but he has that type of power that can just change the trajectory of a fight. If you up on the scorecards, he can kind of wear you down with big punches that take away your energy, or make you a little bit more gun shy. Because, you know, at the end of the day, it's a snooze fest. You're gonna stink up the joint if all you gonna do is jab, 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 clinch. Jab, 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 clinch. At certain points in time, you're gonna have to engage and get in there and squabble a little bit. And if he can catch you with big shots in the squabble, in the telephone booth, in the wheelhouse, and he catch you with some big punches on your hips, on your hip bones, and you're hitting, that can slow you down. and can create issues for you down the stretch if he's looking to land a big punch up top. You know what I'm saying? You step on your foot and trap you, and then land a big, push your chin up, and then throw a clobbering punch on your temple, and then knock you down in the 9th round, and you don't have the same energy to get back up and get back on. You put your dancing shoes back on and move around the ring. Regis Progress, his main weapons, and he's a little older, but his conditioning, his main weapon would be southpaw. He don't really necessarily just throw straight punches. He throws these looping punches, but they not wild like he don't fight just wild and throw caution to the wind and throw windmill punches, but he's just got a little bit of arc on his punches. Like I don't see Regis Progress doing no catch and shoots or no pull counters. He just come forward. He come forward aggressively and just kind of work your body. You know what I'm saying? I never really even can remember Regis Progress just throwing a really great uppercut. Like I feel like his punch selection is a minimum. Like, not to say he don't have a jab. I didn't see him throw a straight shot that'll catch you and throw your timing off. I seen him, you know what I'm saying, stick his jab out and get lead hand control, try to get some lead hand control. He'd throw it out there and kind of leave it out there and do one of those. But I never seen him at like a real snappy jab. Mainly his main punches is when he's throwing an overhand left that, like I said, he can throw it and it can look like it's gonna go to your chin, but he'll throw it and hit you on your hip bone or hit you on your side, on your flank. And then he throw his other hand kind of the same way, where it's not a wild open wide punch, but it got an arc to it. It's a looping punch, and you kind of just don't know where he's going with it because he don't throw straight down the pike. It's just he'll come from here and he'll just throw a punch and loop it, and then where he see you open at, he gonna catch you on your shoulder, or you know what I'm saying. One thing I don't like that he does when he land a good shot, like if you throw a little bolo, little punch, if you throw a little punch and he hit you in your stomach, he got one of those. I seen him whip a punch to your body where he'll roll this, and then he'll hit you with one of those. But when he hit and he land, he'll stop and he'll kind of admire his work, and he'll stand there in front of you with his guard down. Like I hate when guys land a big shot and then gotta wind back down, or they'll hit you and then gotta come all the way back over here and reset, and then look at their work. Hit you with a big shot, and instead of hitting you and then boom, 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 and slip, it hit you, and then they come all the way back here and look at what they doing, and then stop and look at you. As just to remind me of when you seen like Love and Basketball, when old girl hit that jump shot and she just stood there and looked at her shot for a long time, and the coach said, "You finna stand here for the rest of the game while they play. Stand there like this with your hand up." You know what I'm saying? I hate Adrian Broner used to do that a lot too. Adrian Broner would land a good shot, and then he would just kind of admire his work too long, or he'd hit you with a good clean punch, and then he'd do this thing where he would draw his arm all the way back here, like exaggerated. A lot of fighters do it. Jordanis Ugas used to do that shit a lot too. It used to piss me off to watch him fight. Like, dude, you just had one good clean shot. You could have landed another 3 shots, but you pulling your punches way back here and you admiring your work. Regis Progress, his speed, he throw fast punches and they awkward, and he got power in his hands. That's his biggest strength. It's his power, his speed, and his awkwardness. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of deceitful. And his other big weapon is his movement with his upper body. You know what I'm saying? that can be, he's a moving target. The only thing is, sometimes if you can start to see where he's telegraphing his movements, where you can tell where he's going to be slipping to, if you start timing that with your jab, it's I can see him getting frustrated. You know, I can see Devin Haney on his back foot frustrating Regis Prograis because of me just watching that Zerillo fight. You know, you see how he struggled with trying to not be a counter puncher, but somebody that's good on their back foot, that's staying at a certain range. You see Regis Prograis start chasing the guy around, not cutting off the ring, not throwing punches, throwing wild punches, throwing punches while he's not in good position or while he's not balanced. You know, just slinging shots that really don't have no setup to him. No, he don't set no trap behind some of his shots. Some of it starts to look like, you know, just a novice level street fight. But Regis Prograis, he does have a skill set, but it is very raw, which can be a great benefit when you see like a Mayorga versus Vernon Forrest, or when you see like a Marcus McDonald against an Adrian Broner, or Marcus McDonald against a Floyd Money Mayweather. Sometimes when a guy do have a lot of skills like Mayweather, the best thing is to be a little wild with your shots and unconventional with your shots and throw some looping, powerful shots. You know what I'm saying? That is hard to always deflect. You know, Devin Haney doesn't have the greatest defense in the world. He got good defense, but it's not as slick as Mayweather's defense. You know what I'm saying? But Regis Prograis cannot be underestimating Devin Haney's skills, and he cannot be underestimating Devin Haney's power. I seen him talk about, man, Devin Haney done bulked up, and he's seen him on the heavy back throwing power shots, and Clarissa Shields hits harder than him, and he hits soft. And look, don't trust what you see. You know, I like when you first said, I'm trying to picture Devin Haney as the hardest puncher I've ever faced, so when I get into the ring, I'll be more surprised if he don't hit hard. I would think more along those lines, because you don't know how hard Devin Haney hit. You can look at his footage, you can look at his old fights and say, yeah, he didn't knock this guy out, he didn't knock this guy out here or there, but you don't know. He come in there and he might hit you harder than, because it's accuracy. He might be more accurate, and he might frustrate you, and he might throw punches that ain't, you know, that's not predictable with how much power he's putting on every punch. Like Devin Haney got a good enough IQ that he might set you up with a big shot by throwing some shots out there that don't have a lot of mustard on them, and you thinking you can take his punch, and then he might just follow up with an accurate, clean, hard punch and knock you on your ass. Like the punch that Zerillo put you on your back with was not really a big punch. It was just kind of the timing of it caught you kind of off balance, because you had just hit him with a big shot and hurt him, and then he came back with a little short shot that hit you right on the button and caught you by surprise and knocked you down. Devin Haney kind of can study that and see those openings and see where, when you got your hands completely down, your feet are, you know, your foundation and your feet don't have a good balance to them. Are they too wide? You standing too wide with your hands down and your chin up, and he throw a clean short shot right on the button, and he can knock you down. And if Devin Haney knocks down, just even if he don't have to knock him out, but if Devin Haney knocks down Regis Prograis, I think Regis Prograis is gonna throw any kind of game plan out the window, go in there trying to get revenge, and then he gonna get dominated, just outboxed and outclassed. Devin Haney has to be laser focused. He has to be hyper focused the whole fight, because to me his biggest flaw is there's just moments throughout the fight where he lulls himself to sleep, or he just loses focus, or he just is not as focused, and he just starts to you know, have lapses in his judgment or lapses in his movement, where his timing, sometimes his timing is off, when, you know, if he had a safe distance and he starts to cruise, sometimes he just, to me, starts to let his mind wander off, and then you can see it take a shot that'll bring him back into it to where he refocuses and he's back focused. But you can't do that with Regis Progress. Regis don't have one punch knockout power, but if you just start having moments in the fight where you get too relaxed, too comfortable, and fall asleep in the ring, he can hit you with some shots that hurt you so bad that later on down the stretch, you might not be able to catch that second win. And he could, you know what I'm saying, if his game plan is to execute what I think it should be, which is to focus mainly on the body, focus on chopping the ring in half, cutting off the ring and working on your body and hitting you on your hips and on your, you know what I'm saying, trying to zap your legs away from you. Like Teddy Atlas used to say, put some water down into the basement, but invest to the body so that you slow down in the second half of the fight. If he does that, and then say in round 9, you just had this moment where you lose focus and you kind of going into this cruise control mode where you just throwing punches, you know what I'm saying, kind of like, sometimes to me, Devin Haney just has moments in the fight where his brain just kind of disengages. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. I'm not in his body. I can't tell you exactly what it is. To me, it's just he don't have, like, he would have moments. I didn't see him in every one of his biggest fights where he would have just a moment where it just seems like he would go on this autopilot and he would not be as focused and not be as sharp, and then his opponent would kind of take advantage of those little holes in his defense, and he would get caught with a big shot. If he does that against Regis, that can change the outcome of the fight, because Regis can hit you one time and hurt you, but if he busts your nose up and you start to choking on you, like Southpaw TV, I'm not a big fan of Southpaw TV, but he said one thing and I'm kind of waiting to see if it's going to come out to be true, so I don't know. But he believes that Devin Haney is a type of fighter that once he gets his nose broke in the fight, he gonna fold. I just don't see it, but at the same time, I can kind of see Devin Haney panic, similar to how he was kind of about to start panicking when Lomachenko had him figured out. Now, he didn't panic, but he was on the verge. He was on the verge of panicking against Lomachenko when he could tell that Lomachenko figured out his patterns. If he gets hurt real bad by Regis Progress, I could see him starting to capitulate or starting to mentally fold. And not to say he can't rebound from that. That would be a great point to see the level of heart and grit and tenacity for him to overcome that, because he did overcome that with Lomachenko as well. So, you know, I feel like he can overcome that with Regis Progress. But Regis Progress, if he hits him hard and breaks his nose, I'm still waiting to see if the way Devin Haney might react to that, as opposed to how he reacted to when he got caught by Linares, or how he reacted to some of the little tough spots he was in with Lomachenko and Jojo Diaz. So I lean towards Devin Haney with the boxing skills, with the better feet, with the longer jab, with a little bit more of a ring IQ. But I'm not counting out Regis Progress, and I'm pulling for the underdog and the old man and the family man with the wife and the kids, but let the best man win. Those are my thoughts. Y'all can let me know what y'all think in the comments below. What are some of the advantages, disadvantages on both sides of the fighters? What can Devin Haney do to really dominate Regis Progress, and what could Regis Progress do to dominate Devin Haney? Or is it that this is just a great matchup to where it depends on who's going to be able to exploit the other person's weaknesses and come out on top? Because I think for Regis Progress, I honestly think in his mind, this is the biggest fight, and he's going to go in here with a kill or be killed mentality, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. For me, Devin Haney is going into this as kind of another stepping stone, another accolade, another accomplishment, but he's preparing for war. But I don't think that he's totally looking at this fight as like the biggest threat of his life. And he go in there thinking that he's just gonna be able to go in there and, you know, walk out of there with it. Like I seen him do an interview where he was saying, pay attention to who I come to the ring with, who I come to the fight with, pay attention to what I'm wearing, paying attention to who I leave with. Like, you know, and I'm like, that shit, I don't like to hear shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to the little girl who I come to the ring with, or the girl I come to the fight with. Pay attention to my outfit, what I'm wearing inside the ring, and then pay attention. I know he was saying that shit jovially or tongue-in-cheek or trying to be funny, but every joke got some truth to it. Like, if you worried about the show in that manner, if you looking at it from that point of view, like, I'm coming to entertain you with who I got on my shoulder when I come in, and I'm trying to entertain you with my outfit, and I'm trying to entertain you with the girl I leave with, that shit to me is lame. Like, you know, that mind frame is lame to me. That was like even Jermell Charlo, when Jermell Charlo was talking about his fight with Canelo, he was talking about his what he was wearing to the ring, and who designed it and how much it cost. And I'm like, that's the last thing. Dude, you finna fight Canelo, then you supposed to go to the old school Mike Tyson mentality and just come to the ring with a motherfucking towel with the shit cut out and draped over you, with all black on, black gloves and black shorts and some black shoes with no socks and a towel on. All that fucking fashion designer sparkly shit, not for this fight. So I don't care what Devin Haney's gonna wear to the ring. I don't care what girl he gonna have with him, and I definitely don't care what girl he gonna leave with, because all that shit can get thrown out the window if Regis Prograis go in there and do what he say he trying to do, which is whoop your ass. Old school, just old-fashioned ass whooping. But like I said, I lean towards Devin Haney because of that jab and because of that footwork. But I do see some paths to victory for Regis Prograis. It's just a little bit more of a puncher's chance, and he gonna have to kind of have an element of surprise as well. If the game plan by Regis Prograis is down pat, then I'm seeing that he would be able to execute it. But at the same time, a part of me think that some of this success is going to Devin Haney's head, and he might take Regis Prograis lightly. Those are my thoughts. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Salute, salute, salute. Bow.